Now that we're finally done with my haunted forest, it's time to move on to something that's even bigger and even more crazier, especially being 9 months pregnant. With that being said, I'm happy to announce that I am hosting my very first Halloween party, and it's not just any Halloween party. I am going to throw a witches and bitches party. Let me walk you through the plans. It does require my dad to be here, so my dad arrives tomorrow, and then we're gonna get started. I've been dying to start this project, and I'm so happy it's finally here. So with that being said, let me show you what I have planned for my very first witches and bitches party. If you're new here, this is the entrance to the side of my house. I throw all of my parties back there. But for this specific party, I want to have a really cool entrance for my witches. This is what the plan's gonna be. Start at the fence. I'm obviously gonna have the gate open for the party. So right here, I'm going to have a big, massive tent. The tent is probably going to come out to about right here. Then I'm going to have some witches cauldrons on each side. I'm going to have probably 3, maybe 4 on each side. And then I'll have a couple witches on each side as well. Remember those mannequins I picked up? Yep. Those witches will be sitting on each side of the fence. This is the entrance to my backyard. When you first walk in, if you saw the plans for my baby shower, you saw that I had beautiful white hanging vines here. I just took off all of the white flowers because what we're going to put up here is hanging pumpkins that I used from last year's decor. And they'll be hung up all along here until you turn the corner. Which brings us to our voiceover segment. And this also means I get to draw out everything that I'm going to do. So when you first walk in, I want to have these giant pumpkins all over my yard. And I'm not kidding. I want giant pumpkins. I want 3 when you first walk in. I want 3 in this area. And I also want 3 over in this area. I just feel like it'll be really cool to have a bunch of giant pumpkins everywhere. Then if you continue over to this side, I think it'd be really cool to have wanted posters of all of my guests on the fence. And then if you move over to the other side, over here by these trees, my good friends over at Funboy actually sent me some really cool items specifically for this party. So this whole side will only be Funboy products. And then if you take a step back and I turned you guys sideways, this is where the main table is going to be. But I don't want it to just be any kind of regular table. My dad and I are going to try and do something a little bit different, something to go along with the theme of the party. But I don't want to tell you what it is just in case we can't accomplish it. So now that you guys know the idea, you've seen the plans for the party, we're going to get started, starting with my giant pumpkin. And yes, the goal is to get everything done and throw the party before I have this baby.